Hello traders, I hope you had a wonderful weekend. It's time to start with the Forex market and the price action. What is going on? In today's video, we will go through the Australian Japanese yen where there is a good downside potential. Before we get started, I would like to remind you that all the information in this video is for educational purpose only and should not be considered as a financial advice. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, do it right away to follow all the videos. We post every single day educational, live trade examples, as well as daily market analysis. And what is happening on the Australian Japanese yen is clearly that there is a massive resistance being formed near 77 psychological level, where we already see the formation of the fourth top. It could be 1, 2, 3 and 4, so huge resistance area which has been rejected, and it might suggest that the price is about to correct to the downside. Another thing is the simple uptrend trend line which I have used. And what we see, the price rejected the trend line, but then there was the break below, and then price broke below this support formed after the initial rejection of the trend line. So clearly breakout indicating of the further price weakness. I have also used Fibonacci cycles, which I have applied through the points that I have used to draw my trend line, so low and low. And what we can see, there is a buy cycle, there was a sell cycle, there was a buy cycle, sell, and next one could be buy. But up until this point, price could be moving down because this could have been the sell cycle. Of course, only if this resistance holds. If this resistance will get broken, this means that the cycle will be up. But based on what happened to this buy cycle, where price failed to produce a new higher high, in fact, it broke to the downside, it indicates that this buy cycle has been invalidated, making this a valid sell cycle. Well, just my thoughts on this, but of course we still can break to the upside and go higher. But as long as we hold this resistance, all in all, it will be a potential corrective move to the downside. And what we might have is the decline of nearly 200 pips for this pair. Now, why this could be at 200 pips? First, I have used the fibs applied to the corrective move down, where again I use the second point for my trend line. Here we have three levels. We can see 88.6, 78.6 and 61.8. All of them marked as the red lines, as you can see. And also I have applied fibs to this overall corrective move to the upside after we broke this support area at 75.79. We can see that here is 127.2 fibs corresponding to 61.8. So this could be the final target, which might be reached as soon as 8th of December based on Fibonacci cycles. This means that in the next 6-7 trading days, price could be 200 pip lower than the current price. I have also used fibs applied to this corrective move up. If I go to 1 hour chart, we can see that there was the support at 50 exponential moving average, clean rejection, then price decided to break it. Although it wasn't a clean breakout because there were mostly spikes, but still I have used it just to see, I have applied it to see whether any of the fibs correspond to each other. And I did find out that in fact they were corresponding to this support, which is 727.2 fibs, also based on the 61.8 fibs and also corresponding to 127.2 fibs. But this could be invalidated, of course, if there will be 1 hour break and close above this high, but still we will have another fibs corresponding to this level. So as long as 4 hour closing remains below 77.10, the corrective move to the downside can be expected. At the same time, break above should and most likely will result in an uptrend continuation. For now, correction is expected, but let's watch, of course, for the resistance. So that's it on the Australian Japanese yen. Let's move on to other Australian as well as Japanese yen currency pair analysis that we had previously, just to see whether we have something similar. Australian versus the dollar. Clearly, this is the double top formation potential, of course, and I did expect, guys, this corrective move. So up until the next cycle, we could be seeing the correction to the downside, something like that, before and if uptrend continues. So this could be, in fact, this sort of move. for Australian versus the dollar. Long term is bullish, but I still do expect the correction towards one of these support levels. So this potential is about 190 pips, almost the same as the dollar yen. Maybe it will not be that sharp, but still, let's see what the double top holds. All in all, it's an uptrend, long-term uptrend, just expecting the correction. Don't get me wrong, there was a bullish cycle, and I think price will attempt now to break below this low, which is also important. This is the low formed after the cycle has started. So this is the support, and I think there could be this downside target, spike produced below, and only then uptrend continuation. So this is an important level to watch. Perhaps we can adjust it. So expecting the correction all in all, but it's a long-term uptrend. Pound Australian dollar. Well, we did hold this support. Previously made low hasn't been broken, so this remains valid. I do expect a massive move to the upside. I think it will be starting from this week. So there was a big move to the downside, but this support did hold. I will keep it on. I think the uptrend is valid, and we will see only for a break and close below. This low will invalidate it. For now, we'll hold and see what's gonna happen. Pound versus dollar, expecting the uptrend. The support has been rejected, moving average rejected. And yeah, all in all, it's a pound strength that I do expect medium term. It's not a short term. There should be quite a substantial rise on all the pound pairs, including pound, Australian pound versus dollar, and other pounds, which we will look right now. So euro pound, also a downtrend expected to continue. As I said, this is the key resistance area, and price did in fact test it once again. So I think throughout today we will see more of consolidation near this area, but then we should be seeing the move to the downside. So from this point onwards, somewhere it will probably make something like that, another minor move to the upside, and then downtrend will start. So I do expect this sort of move. The next cycle that we have, FIBS, starting on the 5th, could be when the price will be going down sharply. So up until then, price will slightly move down, not very fast, but then this cycle will start, and it could be triggering this strong move to the downside. Pound Swiss franc, I also do believe this is the valid uptrend. Nothing really tells me that this is a trend reversal, because higher highs produced and we still didn't break below this low. So this cycle, you can see that we had FIB cycle started on Friday, although this was a downside move. The day was really in red, but now we recovered almost all the losses of the Friday decline, and it's starting to move up. Yet again, similar to what I expect from the euro pound, it will consolidate for the time being. At some point, could be rejecting this 50 pips and then moving up. So I do still believe it will be heading towards 24.50, which is another 360 pips from the current price. And finally, the dollar yen. We had the analysis today on the Australian versus dollar yen down. And same, I think, will be happening for the dollar yen. So it could be that the Japanese yen is strong. It looks pretty bearish. So maybe we will see. I did expect this consolidation, guys. This was something really expected. And from potentially this high somewhere here, price is likely to start declining. It could be heading towards the bottom of the channel. And if I extend the channel, well, we might see the downtrend, something like that. But this support, two supports should be watched, but this could be the final target to the downside based on my analysis. So 103 psychological support looks pretty good, and also we should be watching the Fibonacci support at 103.37. so these are the two levels. And I think also it will start from today, the downtrend, maybe a little bit consolidation. Obviously, I do expect up until the end of today, but this, considering it's right at the resistance area, I think the opportunity would be very interesting for the sellers at this point in time. And that's it. And if you enjoyed the video and still haven't subscribed to the channel, do it right away to follow the next analysis that will be coming up tomorrow. Thank you all for watching. Until then.